Alright. We're finishing the Pandæmonium raids. Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Yeah.
I suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation. I have long considered how I might stand against you, I admit. In transformation, I present to you my truth. I am Elidibus.
Oh. You're Elidibus. Okay. Yo. That armor. Themis. Ephemeral Justice.
My heart quivers in anticipation. Will light embrace or darkness consume? Submit to the emissary's judgment! The balance must needs be maintained. Will you be judged worthy to exist? These magics are not for you to wield. Will light embrace or darkness consume?
I do not get the mechanic.
Will you be judged worthy to exist? Now to take your measure. am the emissary, and I shall never die. Now to take your measure. These magics are not for you to wield. Will you be judged worthy to exist? Will light embrace or darkness consume? For victory! Warriors forged in my own image. These magics are not for you to wield. Power from beyond! Now to take your measure. For victory! I am the emissary, and I shall never die. Now to take your measure. These magics are not for you to wield.
Ah. Would have liked to have lived at the end, but still, I got my damage in. Ah, that's nice. The fog has lifted. I knew that Athena's magics magnified the desires of their victim at the expense of all else, but I never guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. Since the moment we met, I have made plain my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. I suppose that curiosity extended to how each of us would fare in the match of strength. What is this? Free, then I am no longer needed. Do not look so crestfallen, my friend. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. Your work isn't over yet. The warmth, your ether. You've grasped the fraying strands of my being and tied them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear that I am here on borrowed time. I only hope that I can see you through the last of our battles. Until then, I will cherish every moment. I am Elidibus, the emissary. As such, it falls upon me to judge Athena, who would disrupt our carefully maintained balance to fulfill her own desires. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let us return to Erenchinthonios and La Habrea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. The four of us together once again, although I may not have directly experienced our adventures, my memories make our bonds as real as any other. As I surmised, Elidibus was constructed with the strength to see your battle done, yet I fear his ether may not sustain him through another. Demas, it's good to see you. I knew Yo would guide you to our side once again. I am grateful she had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Athena's hold upon me is broken, and I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she answers for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share what you know of her plan. Of course, as I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. It is someone Yo knows well, a man by the name of Claudine. By a twist of fate, his body proved to be the ideal for Athena's purpose. Damn. The creation of a person requires not just body, soul, or memory, but rather all three. We are made from the memories of our ancient counterparts, etched upon drifting souls and given form through the infusion of ether. We lack a physical body, yet you can see and feel us all the same. Athena is different. She has carved her memories into Claudine's soul, while it was still within its body, and thus made both her own. But even she is prone to error. After the sundering beings became more fragile in both body and soul, and this difference prevents Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that's why she has turned her sights towards Yo. Her uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our age. By scrutinizing her feats in battle, Athena aims to deduce the secret of Yo's proudness to use it to fortify her own vessel. Only then will the culmination of her research be at hand. Can't we simply remove Athena's memories from Claudine's body? An arduous task, but not impossible. Athena can inscribe herself upon another soul, but she cannot erase its will. If we awaken Claudine's spirit to the reality of his bondage, he might be compelled to wrest his body from Athena's clutches. We still don't know why she chose Claudine. What makes him more suited than anyone else? Although I have never spoken to Claudine, I did witness an incident that may prove revelatory. When instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar name, Erythonios. What? Why would she? It is as I thought. Sure wish I could use materia. I can meld materia onto things, but only to the level that I am on for my leather worker. So that means that I can't, because it's only level 20. And all my gear is level 90, so I can't, like, I'll show you. Even if I try, you must be level 90 disciple, a level 90 disciple of hand to melt this materia. So I would have to grind my leather worker 70 levels to be able to meld the materia. So it's just not worth it to me. At least not now. I already grinded like 15 levels just to materia meld. I didn't know that you had to be the right level to meld to the right gear, but anyway, sidetrack. Did I talk to you too? Why would Athena use my name? More questions and fewer answers to go around. Our course of action is clear. We must lay Athena low and rescue Claudine. A difficult task, to be sure, but one which the present company is more than capable of achieving. Shit, I should have checked what that... Oh, okay. It's from Tattoo Baby again. Tattoo Babies... I definitely probably will join the guild if I don't make my own. She's the one that constantly still offers. What must we do? First and foremost, we must confront Athena. She must be made vulnerable, as Elidibus was. Yet our opponent stands on the verge of godhood. As we are now, she would unmake us in an instant. Yo, we have no choice but to place the burden of our fate and the fate of many more besides squarely upon your shoulders. I trust you have no objections. It's a burden I'm used to carrying. I imagine so. Ever have we relied upon your skill at arms. And we all appreciate Yo's willingness to fling herself at the unknown. However, we have yet to hear how this will liberate Claudine. I have a plan. Do not trouble yourself over the details. The same goes for you, Yo. You must focus the entirety of your attention on Athena. She will not be easily bested, even by one of your prowess. Then let us trust in La Brea and prepare for the battle to come. Before we face Athena, I must know. If she had never disclosed the Orosite, had never fallen under its influence, would she have lived a normal life? Would she have been a mother to me? I have asked myself the same questions with no answer, I fear. But let us put them out of our mind. There is something we must discuss, and I would do so not as La Brea, but as a father to his son. Okay. Athena maintains absolute control over this space. Beyond the gate, she has doubtless built herself an abode worthy of a god, and now awaits the arrival of her supplicants. For now, we place our trust in you. The rest we must wait until we have Athena before us. Right now, Athena must be the sole focus of your attention. She shall not hesitate to exploit any weakness she can sense. Slowly but surely. Already did it. 20. 20. And those things, whatever those are. So there are ways to get tombstones a comedy. I just don't know them yet. Come on, load. Come on. I'm so happy I picked the right thing. I wasted 1,000 go. Oh well. At least it was quick queue times.
You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now, bear your souls to me.
this song. She has a universe in her breast. That's cool. In her chest.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest! You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
I see.
I mold life. You cannot escape my eternal gaze. These chains are forged from the fabric of creation. Shine brilliant for me!
How did that hit me?
I give voice! resolute soul. These chains are forged from the fabric of creation. Shine brilliant for me! You cannot escape my eternal gaze. Today, my theory shall be proven as fact. These chains are forged from the fabric of creation. To silent vessels, I give voice. Shine brilliant for me! Today, my theory shall be proven as fact. These chains are forged from the fabric of creation. Shine brilliant for me! You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Fuck yeah. Countless years I waited within this stifling crystal, and now, when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. Its fulfillment would benefit only you. And why, Athena, at the end of this road to godhood, what did you hope to find? It matters not. The fact remains that she worked against the interests of the star. Even so, I would hear her answer. I would know why my mother cast us aside. How unlike you, Archanthonios. You were never so inquisitive before. Having struck upon a hypothesis, there is but one thing the wise woman desires. Irrefutable proof. Oh. My theory was that any true God would see us as we are, imperfect. She would hammer out our flaws and build something greater. To prove this could not benefit the star, I would give it the perfect stewards, that it might shine brighter than any other. And you would destroy the lives already upon it? In that, I am no different from our peers. Over the course of eons, how many creations have we wrought? Such creatures cannot be but usher their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Even without our meddling, nature would take the selfsame course. If the destination is the same, is it somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of a god? I think not. The Eurosite made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, but it cannot have created them whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. What right have you to pass judgment? You were but a vessel for my masterwork. Your purpose ends there. My only mistake was leaving you possessed of a soul. What are you saying? Poor Archanthonios, always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. I gave birth to you for a single reason, that you might serve as my tool. And like any tool, I crafted you to suit my needs, that you might accept my essence when the time came. Of course, I also made you more amenable to my demands and ensured that you would feel a cloying affection for your dear mother. However, it seems that my tinkering was insufficient. My very feelings were of your design. You created a boy unable to grasp even the simplest magic. ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robes, unable to do otherwise. I was doomed from the start. Yet here you are, standing in defiance of her design. You are more than what she has made you. I still feel the sting of it, but with pain comes clarity. You ill deserve to wear the mantle of a god. As stubborn as you are witless, if this star will not be mine, then it serves no purpose. She aims to obliterate the ethereal sea and stem the flow of life. She will do no such thing. Before the battle, La Brea told me I was the key to finishing this. Although I am but an illusion, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in another, one whose body Athena has seen fit to purloin as her own. Much of what I once was now resides in him. Should my memories seize this chance to follow suit, they may resound enough to wake his mind. But Athena inhabits him still. What will become of you? I don't know, but if I can rouse his soul, perhaps it will disrupt Athena's hold. It's the best chance we have. My whole life, others have looked down upon me, but I've never given up searching for my purpose. Now I've found it. The decision is yours to make, and yours alone. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me proud. Archthenios, do not dare. No, stop this. Your words sway over me no longer. My life is my own, and I have found my true family. My power wanes, the vessel rejects me. Yeah. What is happening? Athena's magic should be impotent, with no body to fuel them. Yeah. Precisely. Athena was the sole force for holding the space around Pandæmonium together, and now it crumbles. Although little would change if we were buried here, we cannot let this be Io's final resting place. Of all my miscalculations, to think that you would be my undoing, that you would even be capable of defying me. Ah, is there more you would say to me? Or have you decided to return to your dear mother's bosom? Have you brought Claudine back to me? Apologies, but I am on the dregs of your own memory. I can do naught but watch as the evil you wrought collapses, burying you under its weight. How disappointing, truly useless to the last. And who made me that way? Yeah. Okay. Questions, questions, and more questions. Why did Claudine set out by himself? What did he see? Oh, I do hope he wakes up soon. At least on the surface, Professor Claudine appears unharmed. We must wait for him to regain consciousness to judge anything beyond that, I fear. Ellipses. Although Anthonios was not but a collection of memories, I know his absence pains you. But he acted with resolve, full aware of the potential consequences. Let us look back on this moment not with sorrow, but with pride. You both are heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advance. We shall stay here, both to look over Professor Claudine and ensure that there are no further disturbances in the ethereal sea. You should rest, and I will not take no for an answer. We shall stay here and wait for Claudine to regain his senses. Pray rest while you can. One sec. How's my inventory? Okay, it's still good. Library watches Claudine with concern. It seems we can do naught but wait. Perhaps we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. While your colleague Nemuji was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era, she let slip the name of one of the Asians, La Habrea. Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Asian to myself. Yet I am aware that this La Habrea used the heart of Sabbac to sow chaos throughout your world, and I would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You are the only one present who has met the Asian in question, so I would ask you directly, are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? I mean, I cannot be certain. You could, just like how freaking Azim is a different person than Vanat. By the time the final days happen, you could certainly not be La Habrea anymore. It is an office. I cannot be certain. A diplomatic answer. I understand the Asians often use the bodies of others to enact their plots, so it is impossible to say who they truly are. These Asians, or paragons, I'm told, were ruthless in their schemes to rejoin their sundered worlds. I have heard but a small number of their deeds, and still I find it difficult to comprehend the depth to which they were willing to sink. To choose a path of evil, all for the sake of the star. I admit 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances, although the ages may take their toll. My devotion to my duty will never waver. Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabbac as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface, I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend, and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. Well, all of a sudden, it appears Claudine has awakened. Yo, I have some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won. And you were there too. But not and you were there too. La Brea, Anthonios's memories of you dwell within me still. Though unyielding discipline, you hoped to forge a son equal to yourself, but the crucible you placed him in left scars which were loath to heal. Yet you were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in service of your duty. At the least, I will hear no more. Though you may possess Aranthonios' memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I would never condone the actions of the Asian, but you are not him. You are La Brea of the Convocation. You spread no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that you deserve the utmost praise and my personal thanks. If you insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. The most difficult of your trials is behind you, but you may find that Pandæmonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Among them is the identity of Hephaestus' liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. There is but one place to find these answers: the past. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decisions I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. My time too draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of Lyrabea's words, yes? While Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter, I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you will share it with me. I look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. Now all that is left is to return to Pandæmonium and ask La Brea to shed light upon its few remaining mysteries. I look forward to your return. I too shall stay here and await your return. I could use the rest, and there is a matter I would discuss with you and Themis before we say our farewells. Ruzinad and I shall return to Aporia and make our report to Master Fortune at once. Oh, where to begin? I believe we've yet to see the full effect of these events will have on the ethereal sea. Once Professor Claudine recovers, we must conduct a thorough investigation. Well, it's good to know they care about the live stream. It is kind of crazy they have access to it, but they're not using it like energy, like Shinra, so that's good. Hello. Ah, you must be I am Hegemon, keyword of Abyssos. But I suspect you may already know that we did meet once before after all, although I was not entirely myself at the time. Thanks to you, however, I can rightly say my facilities are mine once more. At present, I'm taking stock of the damage done to the facility. That's cool. It's kind of like a little victory lap thing going on here. Yo, I didn't expect to see you again so soon, but 'tis always a joy. You seem quite happy to be here. Thank you for checking up on us. Did you speak with Hegemon and the other warders on your way here? The work is long, but we have made great strides in undoing Athena's meddling. Yo, truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. It seems I was wrong. I'm looking for answers. How neatly you obfuscate your motivations. Do as you will then. She has gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think curtness is in order. We braved Pandæmonium together. Why not at least share with her our progress? I have relinquished control of Pandæmonium to La Habrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in rightful hands. With La Habrea's help, we have poured through Athena's research into the Hemithoi. Thus, we were able to restore Hugomon's mind and body. Yet there is still much work to be done, damage to repair, keywords to replace. The tasks are too many to count. But although the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that Pandæmonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed, before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. One concerns Pandæmonium itself, and another is a personal matter. Until they are settled, I cannot move forward. It shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. Do you intend to share your burdens with us? If you would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this very moment almost beggars belief, but I shall not ask you to leave. I simply ask that you do not interfere, no matter what may happen. Oh. Stay here. This will be over soon. Why did you call me here, Master La Habrea? There is still much to be done if the warders are to be freed. You have served within Pandæmonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior keyword now that this is gone. As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear, one concerning myself. Separating Hasfados from myself required removing part of my soul. A necessary sacrifice, but one which came at no small cost to my natural talents. I am but a shadow of the man I was at the time of my appointment as La Habrea. I could never hope to wield the same magics that Hasfados used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. That tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master La Habrea. Do not give in to despair. There is no despair, only truth. I do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Hasfados left behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a hemithos, absolute control over their mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such dominion exploited strong emotions within their victims' hearts. In the case of Hesperdos and Adjutus, their respect for me. Upon slipping his bonds, Hesperdos took steps to throw Pandæmonium into chaos. With their attention divided, keyword and warder alike were easy targets. But there was an act that came before. Regardless of Hesperdos' powerlessness, he could not have won freedom on his own. For long days and nights I pondered who might have released him. I could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long ago, when she claimed the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemone. None would question your pride in your position, your devotion to Pandæmonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead it, do you? Your loyalty lies not with my vision for Pandæmonium, but Athena's. Master Larabea, whatever has spurred this sudden accusation, I assure you, there is a proper explanation. What are you doing? What are you doing, Larabea? Do not approach. As I have already stated, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I am currently powerless to dispel it. And so I have come to the decision, one which was made with the best interests of our star in mind. In order to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. I must embrace those odious memories. Mark me well this sight, engrave it upon your very soul. You now bear witness to the true Larabea. Holy shit. This took a turn. I cannot imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she shall remember this lesson well. Jesus. Athena's puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will towards me, but that is a risk I am willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow Pandæmonium to divert my focus. Hegemon, I would ask that you serve me anew. There is none other more suited to overseeing this prison, none other who will take such pride in their duty. My loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of keyword? I require your talents, as I require Hesphados is. The past of no consequence. The past is of no consequence. Very well. In honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. La Brea is himself once more. He wields his authority without hesitation, and thinks not twice once his judgment has sounded. Yet he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. So long as duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. And should his convictions ever waver, the emissary will set him back on the proper course. Good. If that is the path he chooses to walk, then I will walk with him. I'll allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I will support him in the days ahead. I would not ask you to say the name yet. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Our perspectives shall never align. And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any debt between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather loss unfathomable, and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. What a full circle. Master La Brea saw through me long ago, but now my mind is unclouded by doubt, and I shall not fail him again. Hephaestus and La Brea were one and the same when he was named as one of the convocation. The change poses no need for concern, for all is as it should be. From this day forward, I will do what I can to aid my father. In this way, I shall forge my own future. If not for you, my long-slumbered demons may have gone unslain. I would have never been forced to reconsider my true nature. Yet, as I said, do not consider that an admission of debt. Now, I believe you have other places to be. Remain here any longer and I may be inclined to place you in a cell next to one of our more recalcitrant subjects. Okay. My own research and studies have fallen by the wayside in Professor Claudine's absence. My thesis remains unwritten, and its deadline looms on the horizon. With matters settled and memories of events still fresh in my mind, I think soon I'll begin the record-keeping process. This time I saw everything with my own eyes, a perspective which will be of great use when I sit down to write my reports. Looking ahead to Professor Claudine's eventual return, I am doing my utmost to keep careful and up-to-date records of everything that has transpired. That way we can resume our research as if no one had mysteriously disappeared without a trace. Of course, circumstances being what they are, I've had little time to go back and review my work, a task which shall have to wait until we are once again at full strength. I very much look forward to it, even if the others might not. Right. Wait, can I just fly over? I probably could. I probably could have just flown over. Oh well. Can't fly in here. Fongo. Your name is Fongo. We are in your eternal debt not only for your achievements in thwarting the coming of the end, but also in a safe return of our starship. I feel like I read that before. Okay. Ah, you are returned. I should like to hear of what you discovered, though I believe your friend has business with us first. There you are, Yo. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. His story shone light upon any number of questions that were niggling at my conscience, namely those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from Aslia. Doubtless its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison, ever grasping for someone to take error in Thonos' place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you first found the crystal, were you unable to hear the memories stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should have awakened the memories, but the passage of time likely changed Thonios' soul in subtle ways. Perhaps ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned in Thonios is exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless the choice to venture forth into Aslia was not your own, it was Athena's influence working through you. I do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I never would have encountered such recklessness usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I am still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth, although we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control. That the voice in the crystal belonged to the person from which your soul originated, well, not even the most brilliant researcher could come to that conclusion. Your reassurance means more than you know. Thank you. Now, one final matter. It concerns the very crystal whose discovery set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. For some time, the question of why La Brea and Thonios would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Thonios' memories and such magical talents as are at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. The final days have come, and the creation magics we have so relied upon have now hastened our downfall. But despair has not yet won out. La Brea and the others of the congregation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. Their plan requires great sacrifice. Elidibus Themis has already offered to give his life for our salvation. Yet there is another problem which must be dealt with: Pandæmonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. If Pandæmonium's cells were breached and their prisoners set upon the star, our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Themis and La Brea otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. And that is why I must defy the directive of the convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so, the final days may take me, and I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I have resolved to set this crystal adrift to the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of Pandæmonium from both my father and I, and shall bear this warning to the future even if I cannot. I've imbued the crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence, even should I journey through the underworld and be born anew. This message will reach me. Pandæmonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, then perhaps another woman like my dear friend will come along, one with an utmost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. I wonder where she is now. How many souls has she saved, and how many beasts has she slain since last we met? Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. Yo, may we meet again. Now listen well. If anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandæmonium. Please make haste. I repeat. Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. And now we come to this. It survived. Black Orsite. Yes, the heart of Sabbac. Maybe not Black Orsite. The heart of Sabbac. The tie that bound Athena's memories to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. Now it appears your efforts have left it bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. Excuse me. However, its power as Orsite yet remains, and it may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. I shall take my leave, but on behalf of my colleagues, nay, the entire star, I thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness. I need to use the restroom. I will be right back. And I'm back.
I see. Then Hephaestus' story has been laid bare.
Voice acting. In my raid? I was not expecting.
As has the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandæmonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored. I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper. Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel. You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandæmonium are clear, all else is hazy at best. Perhaps Athena made me this way, or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before. Still, I can recall vague figures, scenes from my future and your past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clash. And later, from that self-same spire, I send you forth.
Wait, what?
Into our age. Into Elpis. Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandæmonium. A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis. And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation, then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret. That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy. for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other.
Elpis is a real one.
How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet... Should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
With matters settled and memories of events still fresh in my mind, I think soon I'll begin the record-keeping process. This time I saw everything with my own eyes, a perspective which will be of great use when I sit down to write my story. I already read this, right? So their dialogue is the same. Welcome back, yo. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. Recent events have given me not only a new focus on my research, but also insight into my own origins. Truly, 'tis a gift I could never hope to repay. As Labrea said, I am not heir Thronos, yet I bear a part of him inside me, and I shall do what I can to follow the traces he left behind in the present day. A spark has been struck in my mind. I am ready to pursue my research with a favor, the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless, I shall have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I only hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Until then, may you fare well. Awesome goal. Great job. Very funny. With both the ethereal sea and the heart of Sabbac to keep my mind occupied, I feel that I shall never again lack for fascinating discoveries to motivate my work. What do you know of Athena and her connection to Orosite? Ah, that topic has been keeping us quite busy as of late. Nemiji and Rusinad have been a great help in making sense of all the fabulous tales. I shall call them at once so we can share our findings thus far. Our research into the heart of Sabik has led us through many magnificent legends and tales from bygone civilizations, some of which mention or at least hint at the presence of Athena, Orosite, and the High Seraph Ultima. While we have formed an operating theory based on our findings, it is impossible for us to confirm its feasibility. Given your experience with the High Seraph, however, I can think of no one better with whom to discuss it. Although we know not the precise timing of the High Seraph's visit to this star, we do know that Athena somehow came into possession of a mysterious crystal said to be the source of the destructive magic known as Ultima. According to La Habrea, it was Athena who gave this crystal the name of Orosite, and from her tireless research was born the Heart of Sabik. The Heart of Sabik contained not only Athena's memories, but a concentration of ether unlike anything we have observed. Even a small portion of it could level mountains. Well, it did in fact level Castrum Meridum not so long ago. Records of our previous encounter with La Habrea imply that the heart was, for a time, in the hands of the Allegan Empire. Doubtless it was that the Asians himself who gifted it to them, thus sowing the seeds of calamity. The Allegans made little progress towards penetrating its mysteries, but some scholars attribute the fact that they were able to use it at all to theoretical encounters between Allag researchers and the High Seraph. Regardless of its journey, however, we do know that the Heart of Sabik returned to La Habrea's clutches soon after the Fourth Umbral Calamity. The rest hardly bears going over again. Tracing the legends of Orosite back to their source suggests that the High Seraph may be the cause of countless tragedies, including our most recent one. Regardless of the Orosite source, however, it was Athena's bottomless ambition that set the wheels of tragedy in motion. I found one of La Habrea's remarks most odd. While we were discussing Athena, he said that he was a fool to think she could be confined. He didn't elaborate on the statement, but I think there's a possibility that Pandæmonium was built not as a prison for failed creations, but to contain his very own wife. We already know he was well aware of the influence Orosite had on Athena. 'Tis not beyond the realm of possibility that Pandæmonium's true purpose was to keep her isolated from the other ancients. Even so, she had freedom enough to continue her research outside of La Habrea's purview. Perhaps it was his love for her that kept him from tightening his grip on her activities. How goes your research? Excuse me. Fortunately for my assistants and I, my ordeal has left me none the worse for wear. I am back at work with characteristic aplomb, well, as much aplomb as can be mustered when reviewing the many records which have piled up in my absence. Of course, I have made the proper shows of gratitude to Scholar Montermain and Master Fortran for their efforts to search for me. Master Fortran was stone-faced, claiming that he had only done his duty. The scholar, on the other hand, seemed most eager to learn every detail. It takes all sorts, I suppose. Well, I'm back to my days of fetching documents and assisting with various other errands. Well, I'm glad that Professor Claudine is back safe and sound. A short vacation would have been much appreciated. The more I try to make sense of what happened, the more my mind ties itself in knots. It will take weeks, or dare I say months, to navigate the maze of questions. I may have to suggest that Professor Claudine hire more assistants. How goes the investigation? With Athena's research put to decisive end, things around here have returned to what one could almost call routine. But even so, we are busy as ever. The ethereal sea must be analyzed thoroughly. My bad. For an adverse effects caused by recent events. And Professor Claudine seems most eager to analyze the heart of Sabbac. Put my phone on vibrate. Although no trace remains of Athena's memories, there is yet power inside the crystal, and it still possesses the same corrupting influence of Orosite. Naturally, as the most qualified to do so, it falls upon us to plumb its depths. Knowing the heart's history and the history of other crystals like it, the prospect does fill me with some dread, but not so much as to overpower my sense of curiosity. So long as we move forward with courage and caution, I am sure our findings can prove to be a boon to the scientific community, and perhaps society at large. Yo, may I have a moment of your time? I would very much like to hear of the battles you fought with the Pandæmonium that appeared in our age. While I was fortunate enough to witness most events with my own eyes, I was not there to write down a blow-by-blow account. Your testimony would be a welcome and flavorful addition to my records. To think your foes would be even more fantastic than the ones you faced in the past. Truly, not even my wildest imaginings could come close to what reality gave us. I'm particularly fascinated by Athena, and cannot help but wonder what she would have become if left to her devices. We were terribly close to finding out, and doubtless it would have been one of the last revelations of our lives. but she may not have gone so far if not for the Orosite, which magnified her desires to an almost incomprehensible degree. Just how it could influence one so is a matter well beyond the ken of modern scholarship. I believe you saw how twisted those under its sway can become when you face the Lucavi. Just what designs did Ultima the High Seraph have in bestowing the gift of Orosite to those poor souls? If Athena had achieved her dream of godhood, she may very well have been able to bend even Orosite to her will, and soon the world would have followed suit. What a chilling end to my story, and a fascinating theory to add to my report, of course. I must scour our documents for any supporting evidence. Ah, now I understand why you sent Rirosant to fetch my scrap containing even a hint of crystalline machinations. Professor Claudine. I had noticed that important tasks were being left neglected, and when I inquired as to the reason, poor Resinald explained that he could barely keep up with your requests. Something must be done about this new obsession of yours. You must pursue it until you find the answers you seek. I believe you are on your way to a discovery that shall make you the envy of your peers, myself included. We often find breakthroughs only after shattering the rules of conventional research. I shall tend to Resinald's tasks, but you must promise me that your report will be a thing of wonder. Of course, Professor, you have my word. I shall give every scenario a fair shake. Where evidence is lacking, imagination shall fill in the gaps. I shall blend the lines between fantasy and science so skillfully that you will doubt if they were ever there at all. I would expect no less from one of my assistants. Before you put pen to parchment, I would be honored if you shared some of your idle musings with me. I will, Professor, I will. If you have any interest, Yo, and I know you do, stop by any time and I will share with you my most recent theories. Yeah, I'm probably never gonna do that for a long time. It's good to access it, though. Okay. That's gonna do it for the Pandæmonium part of this stream. Thank you for watching, YouTube, and I will see you in the next one.